On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy do I look? 10. Hey guys, it is me, Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be scouring the internet and checking out the BU Facebook moms page and Reddit because I don't know, I just feel like it'd be a fun video. My mom is always talking to me about the BU Facebook moms page. She sent me a couple of questions that I'm gonna look over, and we're also gonna check out Reddit and answer some questions there as well. So for my parental audience, hi, this video is targeted towards you. So I hope the algorithm got you on this video. Anyways, for those who don't know, my name is Gwen. I'm a rising sophomore at Boston University. I'm studying environmental analysis and policy, and I'm also a part of the CCD team, our Center for Career Development. I work the TikTok and Instagram, so if you have any questions regarding career, etc., check me out there, check us out there. Let's take a look at these questions. I'm gonna be putting them on the screen as well. So let's get into it. This is the first question. It says, hi parents. I'm not a parent. My daughter is a freshman and she is assigned a single and sleeper hall. I'm afraid she'll feel lonely. Any expectations of a single room in freshman year? Will she be okay, or shall we request for a double? Don't request for a double. Don't do that. That's the number one thing I'm gonna say first. Do not housing. Like, it's not gonna work out, and in the end someone's gonna be upset. It's gonna be a bad ending. So my number one thing is to not get involved with housing. It's just not worth it. Like, they'll give you the best that they've got, but that's not gonna make a difference. So yeah, my number one rule, don't housing, and that's it. In regards to being in a single, I actually think that being in a single is not as bad as it may seem to be when it comes to like socialization, because ultimately socialization stems from how much you're willing to give into it. So a single is not gonna equate you not having friends. It's just you have to be open to the idea of making friends. And my number one tip for that is having your door open like the first couple of weeks of school, even the first month. I did that with my roommate, and we just had our door open, and I think it just led to a lot of communication. And another thing that really helps is just looking in the common room, sitting in the common room, talking to anyone that passes by. Obviously, don't be rude if they don't want to talk to you. But yeah, it's all about communication, and that's how you make friends, talk to people in your classes, etc. I think a single is actually super, super nice. So yeah, I wouldn't say switch into a double because I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so the next question is regarding the microfridge. Does each roommate need to have one, or do they share the cost of one? So you're sharing the cost of one if you're living in a double or triple or quad with someone. It's split up over a year, so one person is going to pay the fee, so you can like Zelle or like Cash App or I don't know, Venmo the other person the half of your share. So yeah, one microfridge. I think you can have two. I mean, if you're in a quad, I feel like maybe you can have two, but if you're in a double, share the price. Like, you don't really have a lot of food in the dorm in general because you go down to the dining hall. So yeah. Okay, the next question says, my first year just found out she was placed in West instead of her first choice Warren. She's a comm student, so that is a pretty far walk from her classes. Any chance that she can appeal and try to get placed in Warren? So yes, you can try and appeal for a dorm, but again, don't mess with housing. That's like something I have to repeat and reiterate because they have like students working housing like on the call, so they're not gonna know what the fuck to do. And I feel like there are just so many other priorities, not saying that this is like not a valid complaint, but like, whereas if you have a disability or mental health, like that comes in priority over like, I don't wanna walk to class. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult if you try to appeal from it, but I think if your classes are later in the day, then I say stick with West. It's a nice dorm in general. It's a very social scene. Okay, I think I want to check out the Reddit now to get a little more info. Okay, this is a long question. It's daily schedule plus work plus meal plan plus gym/BDP plus time management. Okay, so this is an incoming student, and their schedule is spread 3 days of the week for 4 classes. They're planning to do an on-campus job that would require 3 to 4 times a week for a few hours, looking to go to the gym and take 2 PDP classes. Okay, you can like see the stress on my face. This is too much. This is like suffocating yourself at this point. I know like coming in as a freshman, you have a lot of aspirations and like dreams of what you want to do as a student, and you know how to make the most out of your tuition and you know being on campus, but I think it's too much. First of all, we're gonna start with the PDP classes. I think they're great, but every single person I know who has taken one has said they're a hassle or has dropped out of one, especially if you're living in East or South campus. It's a commute. If you're on campus, sure, but you just have to take into a commute because not a lot of people take into account the big stretch of our campus and how long it actually is. I think 2 PDP classes, like 1 is enough. Like 2, you're dying. Stray away from the PDP classes. I mean, obviously you can get a credit out of it, but I personally don't think it's worth it. especially if you're not like a group person, because I know they're in groups. I'm more of like an individual workout person. So this person wants to go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week, and I think that's totally manageable. It depends on where you're living, obviously. So, you know, maybe you can go to campus super early on those days that you have class and go to the gym, and then from the gym go straight to class. Some people like that, or on your days off you can go to the gym, something like that. I think right now, looking at this like Reddit post, there's just a lot going on, and you never realize how much of a toll your lectures take on you until you take a lecture and sit in a lecture. Like, I thought I'd be okay, but you know, even a hour 15 lecture back to back for me is like, I'm done, like I'm out. So yeah, I think you have to take into account, like, can you even like sit through a lecture and be okay? There's a lot to take into consideration, and I feel like overall what schedule we're looking at right now is very too much. Okay, this one says, I have no friends here. I'm an international student here. It's incredibly disheartening to venture out alone, observing others reveling in the company of their close-knit friend groups. Despite my effort to connect with people, I consistently find myself excluded from plans and social circles. Anyone else here who share the same feeling? Okay, this is totally relatable, and I felt this exact way in high school. I felt like everything was cliquey, and I felt I was left out of everything, and etc., etc. That's why I had such a negative experience. But when you go to college, the one thing you have to understand is that you have to put yourself out there. No one knows who you are, so it's okay to look like an absolute mess. It's okay to be embarrassed, but you have to just like understand that no one is judging you, and if they are, then that's an issue on them. That's the number one thing, because I know, I mean, me having social anxiety, a lot of people have social anxiety. You know, you're constantly thinking about, how do I present to this person? Like, what if I say something wrong? There's nothing wrong. I promise you, everything will be okay. And once you get over that, then you can talk to literally anyone and everything will feel fine. Once you get over that notion that, you know, life is not that serious, then you can communicate a lot better and talk to a lot more people. As for methods as to how to find people to talk to, I'd say clubs, number one. You just sit and talk to people with a common interest. I think it's an amazing way to make friends. Number two, people on your floor. Talk to your neighbors, talk to, you know, your hallmates, your suite mates, everything. I think it's important to establish communication within the dorm as well. And also within class, I mean, I think everyone is at a maturity level where they're willing to make friends with most people. I mean, in my BI 306 class and statistics class, I was the only freshman in those lectures, yet I still got along with everyone in the same way. I felt a lot of like imposter syndrome, being like, oh my gosh, I'm a freshman, they're gonna narc me out, like they're gonna know who I am. But I promise you, you know, everyone is at a good maturity level, and if not, that's on them. But yeah, you know, it's just so important to reach out. Okay, next question is, how long does it take to walk from Sleeper Hall to Questrom? That's gonna be around, like, I wanna say a 20-minute walk, maybe even like 23, because I know personally from experience, going from Warren to the gym, which is near West, is around 18 minutes. But Questrom's a little farther like east, so I'm gonna say like a good 23, 24. It was just such a BU question, because a lot of times, you know, scheduling classes, you have to take into account your time, because a change period is, I think, 15 minutes. Oh my god, I haven't been in school in so long, I forgot how long our change period is. Okay, next. What to expect as a freshman electrical engineering student? Listen, I'm not an engineering student, but my floor was full of them. To my BMEs on the 16th floor in Warren, I love you guys. They work their asses off, and let me tell you, Eng is no joke. Like, they're going to run you into the ground, face plant you, slam you against the door, and tell you to finish like 6 things at once. It's very demanding, but also our engineering program is one of the best in the world. Like, people come to BU for the engineering program. So you gotta understand, like, your first 2 years are going to be difficult as hell, but I think you have like a capstone project or something like that your senior year, so it's a little more like lax. But I will say freshman year for Eng students is like kind of traumatizing, and my heart goes out to all of them. But they are super, like, you have to be super hardworking and super determined and not give up, and just have that mindset where it's like, I can do anything, I will do it, and, you know, not be procrastinating. Okay, I see a lot of questions about quads and Warrens. So quads are towards the back of the tower. They're like all the way in the back, and it stretches across like that. And I believe it's 4 bunk beds. I think that's how it goes. You can probably check Facebook or Rate My Dorm, one of those websites, and get a good sense of what's going on. But yes, it is bunks. Okay, foreign language requirement. This person is a rising senior. This person is dual enrolled at a community college and goes there full time instead of high school. Only been able to take Spanish 1. Does anybody know if I'll still be able to apply, or will this negatively affect my application? Okay, to start off, nothing's gonna be affecting your application. I'm not seeing anything about AP or IB in here. So I waived my language requirements because I got a 4 on AP French, so I only had to take 1 semester of French once I hit college. But yeah, since this person is in Spanish 1, I'm assuming if you pass, then you just have to take 3 semesters worth of language. Okay, this is another question. It's called freshman dorms. I'm supposed to fill out the housing application. Okay, wait, this question's old. I'm still gonna answer it. I know Warren Towers is meant for freshmen and that's where a lot of freshmen stay, but I really like the dorm style for Towers. I just wanted to know if you're a freshman currently in Towers, was it hard for you to socialize on your floor, and if there were a good amount of freshmen there? I don't know if this person's a freshman. They're just saying there's a lot of freshmen in Warren, which is true. I believe it's a lofted style. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. I researched it myself. It just depends on which room you get. But I know the Towers is known to be like pretty quiet and not a lot of people socialize. So that's just like what I've heard around. But yeah, I've just heard it's a lot more like chill and like secluded. But if you have friends with you, I don't think it really matters. But yeah, I just know that I don't want to live there because it's kind of gross. Okay, another one is freebies and other benefits of BU students. Are there any freebies, discounts, or benefits for BU students? So for freebies, I'm just gonna say go to Splash because they give out a lot, like clubs give out a lot of free stuff, especially CAS student government. And also be sure to go to the Welcome Week events if you're looking for free stuff. You're gonna be waiting on some form of line with like a bunch of people. But if you're really interested in freebies, I'd say do that. As for discounts, there's a lot of discounts for students in general. I personally love the Spotify discount if you're a music person. Spotify is only $5 a month if you're a university student. I think signing up for like uni days and like all those websites like that really helps you get a better scope of what kind of discount you have. But yeah, being a college student comes with a lot of discounts, and it's just important to research like which ones you like and which ones you don't. Okay, I'm gonna cap the video off there because I feel like I've been talking for a long time, but I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It's something new. If you want me to make another Q&A, I will definitely do so. If you have any videos you want me to make, let me know down below as well. Obviously, I'm a freshman, so I don't know everything, but I like to think I know some things. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!